Been a while. Let's make a video.
Here's a little peek at how I finish a corn cob pen. So this is an unsanded, unfinished pen. Let me see. It's not focusing for some reason. There we go. You can see right there, I broke it. This is the second time I've done that with this pen. Man, it's frustrating, but that's part of woodworking, right? You make mistakes and you learn from them. But you can see this part is unfinished. You can see all the divots in there, and it's rough. Doesn't look too shiny. This part I have sand. This part I have put 3 layers of medium CA on. So the next step is I'm going to sand it. You can still see there's some uneven parts in there. I want to sand the CA. I want to put another couple layers of CA on it after I sand it. This side's looking really nice. But this side over here is not quite as filled out as I'd like it to be. So I'm going to sand it, make it even, and then I will put another couple layers of CA on it, and then I will show you my finishing process once I have the CA down. All right, so what I ended up doing was I waited for it to dry a little bit, then I went over it with this one, the carving bowl. And then I wet sanded again. I'm using a 4000 grit polish pad. And what I'm doing is I'm just kind of working out any sort of irregularities. Going very gently over it, making sure that any nicks or burrs are just evened out. You can see the white stuff down on the bottom of the lathe, of the guide. That is all CA that has come off. And that's fine. The CA is not there to be permanent, at least with those first few coats. It's just to kind of fill in any gaps, just because the corn cob is so porous. See all the gunk. That's why we wet sand. We wet sand to eliminate that stuff sticking to the pen parts. Now, one more time before we finish, I'm going to go over it with some isopropyl. This gives us a really nice preview of what this is going to look like once it's finished. There's actually there was CA on it just to fill in some of the gaps, but most of it has been sanded off. Now we're waiting for the isopropyl to dry before we put another layer of CA on. All right. I just put another layer of CA on, and you can see there's a tiny hole right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a couple drops of CA just right there. There we go. So you can kind of see there's just a little bubble of CA, and I'm just going to wait for that to dry. That could take up to like 2 hours. So I'm going to put the camera away. I'm going to go sit down, chill. All right, everything is dry now. See, it's got a nice little shine to it. That's what we're going for. But there's still one more step. So I'm going to take coconut oil, which is actually edible. I cook with it sometimes. It's good on instead of like butter in a pan when you're cooking something, putting coconut oil in is pretty delicious. But that is not the point of this video. So coconut oil is a solid, and you can see it's kind of hard because it's a little chilly out. But as I hold it in my hand, it will start to melt. Around 75 degrees is where it melts. So that the friction of this will cause it to melt almost instantly. But I'm going to warm it up a little bit in my hand. Hopefully it's starting to melt. And then it'll get on the towel. And then, as I put it on here, some of it exploded. nice little extra layer of shine to it that it didn't have before. And I'm going to wait for that to soak in a little bit. It's not going to soak in too much because of the CA layer that's on there, but it will add a little bit of pop. It'll add a little extra bit of preservative to it, and then it will be ready for assembly. Well, once I finish this, but I might have to wait, but at least I can assemble half the pen. This is the finished product right here. I'm glad I finished it up when I did. You can probably hear that it's pouring rain outside. So I have corn cob on the top. You can see that nice little shine that it's got to it. And then I have a piece of mahogany on the bottom that I had laying around. And it looks pretty nice. This will be shipping out to my friend Mike. I hope that this finishing process was helpful for you. It's kind of slow and painstaking. I know that you didn't see the whole thing, but it did take me several hours to get through. So hope it was helpful. Take care. Bye.